So this is Amal Jain Perfumery.
Love the packaging.
Thank you. So the whole point of this brand is to introduce fragrances, introduce creativity, and not be into dupes.
Okay.
There are so many things that can be done. Why stop yourself? My whole point is there should be one brand from India that is saying that there is creativity, there is innovation, there is quality, there is niche. This is a fragrance which is a sweet incense, leathery, oudi note.
Love it.
Yeah. I think it's fun.
Is that for me?
Yeah, you can keep it.
Cheers, man. All right.
I personally would love to wear it like in a party or because it's very, very intense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Face to Face, Conversations That Matter, a podcast brought to you by Face Media Network and hosted by yours truly, King Porwal. Face to Face is where real conversations meet real insights. This podcast brings together entrepreneurs, industry experts, and thought leaders who share their insights, their lessons, and perspectives on business, finance, culture, and life. Through interactive conversations and honest storytelling, this podcast wants to inspire people to think bigger, act smarter, and explore opportunities in this ever-evolving world. This podcast is brought to you by Brick and Beyond, a corporate social responsibility initiative by Downtown. Downtown is a real estate development firm based in Mumbai and is focused on creating a redevelopment platform recognized for its transparent governance, thoughtful design, and impeccable craftsmanship. Through Brick and Beyond, Downtown is committed to spread financial awareness and empower the next generation of real estate investors. Today, we are diving into a world that's invisible yet unforgettable, the world of fragrance. And joining me is someone who was literally born into it. He's a fourth generation perfumer, the creative force behind signature blends of global brands. He's carrying forward a century old legacy, but doing it with a bold modern twist. So take a deep breath because this conversation is about to smell like secrets. Amal, last time when we met, it was in Paris,
Yeah.
and I had a very eye opening conversation with you back then. That was when you were talking about perfume as an industry. Tell us more about what you what you think of the industry, the evolution of the industry, particularly since you are a fourth generation perfumer. How have things changed from your great grandfather? Was it
Great
your
grandfather.
great grandfather? And how are things here? How did he start? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay, so my great grandfather he started being a trader first. That is, and we were born. Everyone's born in Kannauj.
Kanoj.
Yeah, so Kannauj
That's
is
in.
the birthplace of perfumery. Like I think recorded history we know is like for at least 3,000 years.
Okay.
Yeah, the distillation is happening there. So any person coming
Which
from
state is
Kannauj
Kanoj in?
in Uttar Pradesh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right now it's 1 hour away from Lucknow.
Okay.
Like from the airport, 1.5 hours you can reach.
Okay.
And 80 to 70%, at least 70% of the people from this town, they're somewhere connected to the industry.
Okay.
Doesn't matter it's trading or manufacturing or somewhere or the other.
Okay.
बोलते हैं कि it runs in the blood. Basically,
अच्छा.
perfumes runs in the blood. And my dad used to tell me when he was younger, even the gutters, they used to smell like fragrances because the raw material, मतलब waste क्या रहता था? What is your waste? Rose petals, other woods, sandalwood. These
Back
are the
in the day,
waste.
there weren't chemicals per se.
Yeah, that back even today we only distill there.
Okay.
Compounding and everything happens in my Bombay office.
Okay.
And we buy the synthetic raw materials from the other companies.
Is that only you or
No,
across?
even across the industry.
Okay,
Across the industry.
so the cultural aspect or like the ecological aspect is also taken care
Yeah,
of
yeah.
in that particular. Was it related to raw materials? The raw materials were the best
Yeah,
or
raw material.
something?
I think because the rose, especially the rose,
Okay.
there's a small place called Hassan near Aligarh.
Okay.
In the west, they call it Rose Aligarh also.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is the place where you get the finest quality of rose. You can grow the same seed. It's grown in Turkey, It's grown in Bulgaria, the same Damascena rose. It's grown everywhere.
Okay.
But the quality that you get in India, it's unmatchable. And
Okay.
the
All
price
across
is
the
also,
world.
yeah, all around the world. And the price is also like double or triple what the Turkish and the Bulgarian roses.
I would love to appreciate the sense of smell a little more, but let's get to how your great grandfather
Yeah,
started. So
okay.
he
He
started
was a
off.
trader. He started understanding fragrances, and then the business became big, a little bigger, not big. It became a little bigger, and then my grandfather also started trading. He also started getting into this and slowly understanding manufacturing.
Okay.
And I think our first factory was made in 1960s, 1960s or 1970s
So you
in
started
Kannauj.
manufacturing also?
Yeah,
When was that?
I think around 1965. Yeah.
1965. So let's say 15
My
years
my
into the business.
yeah, I think so. That was a very small thing. No, I think it was 1970s.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a very small thing. Probably just one day
So
babka we had.
trading was still the majority part of the
Yeah,
business.
until that time. But we started understanding fragrances because if you're born in Kannauj
Hmm.
and if you've lived there until you're 10 years old, 12 years old, whatever, you will have an idea for fragrances about the raw materials because everyone talks about it
That's
there.
the jargon of the
Yeah, yeah,
of the
yeah,
of the
yeah. You
locals.
will know it. Even when I got into the business, I did not know that I had a knack for fragrances. I did
Hmm.
not know that I would be able to create a fragrance because I come from a commerce background.
Hmm.
And typically, you need a science background or you need
Hmm.
organic chemistry,
Chemicals.
yeah, to understand those fragrances. But it's an art,
Hmm.
you
It's a
know.
it's a combination, I'd say. It's like it's a combination of art and science, which
Yeah,
is
for
so
sure,
good.
for sure. It is. But again, it's like a painter. Like, a painter, you give a palette to a painter. Like, everyone has their own selection of colors. Perfumery is exactly the same. Like how chefs are, they have their own set of spices, right? So it's exactly the same. We have our own ingredients. If you understand the ingredients, if you get some knowledge about it, if you understand them, you can
Your
become a
side.
perfumer. Yeah, yeah.
Fair. So today, let's say back then it was trading intensive.
Yeah.
Is today similar?
Today is we are all about manufacturing.
You're all about
Yeah, we are
manufacturing.
all
When did
about
that switch
manufacturing.
switch happen?
I think somewhere in 1970s,
So your
1975.
dad did that?
No, my dad and my uncle,
Okay.
everyone together. That was
Yeah,
my
as
dad's
in your
generation.
dad's generation
Yeah, yeah,
did
yeah,
that.
yeah. My
Okay.
grandfather's generation, it was still trading. Yeah, so my grandfather started doing these unique combinations and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got into distillation. So until then, it
Okay.
was compounding. And then we got into distillation. And then my generation got into proper compounding. Like, until then, it was not easy for us to get raw materials from France or from Switzerland or from Brazil, from any of these places, right? But now it's very easy to trade around the world.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so then I think around 1990s, somewhere my brothers and my cousins, we all, like, they started doing compounding and then we made our own lab and then we got it from there.
interesting. So things actually changed so much in the industry as well, and as per your business as well.
70, 75 years, the change was insane. The speed, see, change is inevitable, obviously, but at the rate it was changing, that was crazy.
So just so that we have a sense of scale, when it comes to the perfume industry, there are two kinds of segments you can dissect it in. One is niche artisan creations, and one is mass market. What do you think is the difference? How are the strategies different? Tell us a little bit about that.
Obviously, mass, you need to, the price point is the major thing, right? The margins are super low.
Okay.
But again, it's quantity. Either it's high quantity, low margin, or high margin, low quantity.
Correct.
So niche is the opposite. When it comes to mass market, they're used to certain kind of smells, certain kind of fragrances, certain kind of families, which they accept. But in niche, people want to smell different.
Explore.
Yeah, they want to explore. They want to smell different. They don't want to be now. You enter a place. It's just that Bleu de Chanel or Sauvage or one of the other things coming up. They don't want to smell like that, like Aventis. They want something new. They want something different. They want to stand out. So that is when the niche perfumery comes in. And there's a reason why I feel that designer fragrances or the niche perfume house, which are fashion brand led, not perfumery led, fragrance led, they have started doing less. But in niche category, now you see Frederic Malle, Maison Crivelli. These brands are by perfumers.
Okay.
They're not by a fashion brand or someone like Maison
Like
Francis Urquhart,
YSL
MFK.
or yeah.
Yeah, MFK is a perfumer run brand,
Right.
but YSL is a fashion
Fashion.
run brand, right? So
Understood.
why is these brands doing better? Because they understand fragrance, and people now, when they start exploring, people are understanding fragrances.
Mm.
So they're understanding the difference between a designer fragrance or a fashion-led brand
Mm.
and a perfumer-led brand.
So these fashion-led brand who get their own perfume, would you still call them mass?
I wouldn't call them mass. I
Okay.
think I would call them designer fragrances.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But when it comes to low margins and high
Yeah.
volume, what do you think they are working at?
Margins you're talking about?
They are working on big margins and big volume also.
Which the lower brands?
The fashion brands like
Yeah, yeah,
YSL
yeah.
and
No,
all.
but their marketing costs are super high. Super high. I like people come and they tell me, that oh, ito itne mein ban gaya. This is the,
Huh.
but no, you have to understand their marketing costs, their placement
Is
costs.
phenomenal.
Imagine you go anywhere they are placed.
Mm.
They have to
All
spend.
the high street, like from London, Paris, New York, everywhere on the high streets, Bandra,
Yeah,
Linking Road, everywhere they are present.
yeah.
So
So that cost is justified. Like, come on, everyone's doing business. Everybody wants to earn some kind of money.
right,
They're not
right.
doing for charity
Of
purposes.
course, and
Everybody wants to earn.
if everybody could get it, there wouldn't be any brand in the
Exactly.
first place.
So I think any margins or any kind of thing is justifiable depending on if it's a mass market, if it's a designer, mid, niche, anyone. Yeah.
Right. Since you said that your business has evolved from a predominantly trading business to now getting into full-fledged manufacturing, so you've vertically integrated. So since now major portion is manufacturing, I'd assume that a large portion of your revenue would be from the B2B clients. What do you, what is the split? Let's say the ratio split.
As of now,
Hmm.
because we got into the B2C market pretty late.
Okay.
Honestly, like I think it's been a couple of years.
Okay.
So as of now, it's still 90-10.
90-10. So
Yeah, still
90%
is my B2B market.
And what about your peers? Do they have a similar ratio or
I think so. I
they
think
have a
so. Yeah,
similar
yeah.
ratio?
Because once you get that kind of money, like you see that kind of finances, you see that kind of sales,
Hmm.
it's really good.
Maybe the market allowed big players to enter right now because
You will
there
hardly
was no
see,
incentive before that.
I think you will still hardly see people who are majorly into B2B getting their own brands,
Okay.
but that is evolving again.
Okay.
Like us, I know so many other companies as well who were into B2B and still are into B2B, but also they are getting into the B2C industry because come on now, I'm
It's a
a,
diversification at the end of the day, and
exactly,
it doesn't take a lot for you to do that.
yeah,
You already have
exactly,
the resources, you know what's best.
yeah.
I mean, there is an angle of marketing, packaging, branding, and all that, but
And in this industry, it's okay to be in B2B and B2C also
hmm,
because what fragrance you're making for your brand, like
hmm,
a B2B brand, a brand, so they give you a brief, right?
hmm,
I'm not using the same fragrance into my B2C.
right.
I have my own
And you
formulations.
might have a different brand name. Everything is different. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the formulations can be different. Everything can be different. So it is not like it's not like कपड़ा, not
hmm,
cloth. कि मैंने ये कपड़ा ये क्वालिटी का ले लिया, वही कपड़ा मैंने अपने इसमें डाल दिया, वो कपड़ा इसमें भी डाल दिया. No, it's not like that.
it's not a commodity.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a commodity.
So let me understand this. So let's say you get a fragrance idea. You think, okay, you're traveling somewhere. You get this idea that such combinations would work for such kind of a mood. How do you decide when if that is a B2B product or a B2C product, or if it is a niche product or a mass product? Like,
Okay, uh, that's actually, it's not, it doesn't matter if it's a niche or it's a fragrance. It's again a formulation.
okay,
How would I identify, is it a mass market? Because if it's a very trending profile, or is it something like, let's say, now you take Bleu de Chanel, you take Dior Sauvage, you take Aventis Creed. This fragrance profile, this family is very, very, very common.
okay. So
Like,
it will sell.
huh?
So it will sell
It will sell for sure.
in the retail market.
In the retail market, it will sell for sure. But people who want different things, then they go to niche. Now, if you see Portrait of a Lady, it's a very different kind of a fragrance.
Okay.
Some people don't even understand. They don't understand because they're not used to it.
So we discussed that it's not just scents, it's flavors also, right? So flavors are present everywhere. It's almost like it's omnipresent in everything. Tell me more about the B2B side of business. Tell me more about how like the way you mentioned the pan masala industry or the toothpaste industry, how are you involved in it? Is this the kind of volume that we're looking at?
So now you have to think, you have to understand one thing, okay? What is the population of India?
140 crores.
How many people eat pan masala on a daily basis?
More than they should, but
You walk on the street and you can, if you look down, you will see pan masala wrappers on the street. Imagine, even if that one packet is sold for 1 rupee, and the quantity people are eating every day, it is not one of those commodities कि आपने खरीद के रख लिया या कहीं पे अपने शोपीस पे लगा लिया. It's, you eat it, you spit it, and then you again eat it. And even today, so generally people understand that, fragrance industry is just about fragrances. No, it's also about flavors.
Okay.
It's called flavors and fragrances. There's a reason.
Okay.
So we do flavors for the pan masala industry as well, and there are so many things you don't realize. You wake up in the morning, you use your toothpaste, right? So there is flavors going into that
Right.
also. You eat your chips, any Lays or any of these brands,
Right.
there's flavors. You see behind, right, the artificial
So
flavors
it's
added.
like it's like omnipresent.
Yeah, it's like you don't even realize. You go take a shower, the shower gel, the shampoo, everything has fragrances. You come out, you put your body lotion, that has fragrances. You
Right.
put fragrances in detergents, there is fragrances. Everything has fragrances in it.
We'll get to that. That's a
Yeah.
very interesting point.
So the quantity is next level.
They're working on numbers.
It's huge numbers.
And what, like, how do we add value as a business yourself? How do you add value? What do you?
So we create the fragrance and the flavor that you smell when you open the pan masala packet. Because see, there's in the tobacco section, there's tobacco used, and then there's supari used. So we all know that tobacco smells really bad. To hide to hide that kind of a typical bad smell on the supari or on the tobacco, that harsh smell, what people are not used to it, that is where we come in. We make the flavor, we make the smell of it, how it's going to smell. So that is why there are some ingredients used which smell pleasant.
Okay. Any other B2B, like pan masala is one of the examples that I have found very fascinating. Any other industries that you think that are utilizing your sense in flavors?
You take alcohol, what do you think, like जो whiskey बनाते हैं या जो लोग vodka बनाते हैं, there are flavors used in that. There are Coke has a formulation, right? It's a formulation, we all know it's a formulation. It's a flavor formulation. Who creates that? Perfumers and flavorists. Anything, you take anything, there are flavors and fragrances involved everywhere. In especially, okay, I would say maybe let's say 30-40 years back, when the world was more organic, it might not have been used. But as of now, you take a protein bar, you take anything, everywhere there is flavors. There's no, in protein bars you don't see like really real strawberries cut and put there inside the bar, right? It's the flavor of the strawberry.
Okay, so that's also
That, that is
a
compound,
formulation.
yes.
Okay.
And we have a different section of raw materials which are food grade, and
Okay.
then we make it through that. So there is fragrance grade and there is food grade. Perfume companies might, brands might be a lot, उससे कम होते हैं फ्रेग्रेंस हाउसेस, लाइक फ्रेग्रेंस हाउस जो मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, और फ्रेग्रेंस हाउसेस के पास परफ्यूमर्स होते हैं, एंड वी आर लाइक a very 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 less in number.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
people don't even, like, today you go, you see people want to become engineers, they want to become doctors, they want to do, and in the science industry, like when they take that science path, but nobody even knows that there's something called being a perfumer.
Right. Very interesting. So now let's talk about custom custom fragrances for brands, right? So let's say if you have a hotel or any uh, any corporate client, what are the conversations with them like? Like, are they requiring you to make a formulation for them, or is it usually like a raw material in the things that you consume or wear that it is going, or there are also brands like hotels who ask you to do a particular scent for them or something like that?
This is a very big thing because I've had crazy meetings. So some people are very professional, very detailed briefs that they give. Okay, I need this ingredient, I need that ingredient. The fragrance is supposed to be like this, that, everything. I had a meeting a couple of years back when Peaky Blinders were. I had made a video also on this when the Peaky Blinders was like on top. So the client called me up. I went to his office. We sat down. We had sandwiches. We had coffee. We were chilling, chatting. The actual meeting went on for literally 15 seconds. He asked me, "Have you seen PK Blinders?" I said, "Yes." He's like, "My next launch is how would Thomas Shelby smell?" Amal, that's your brief. The meeting was done.
And do these, let's say, if we talk about the top hotel brands, let's say Marriott or um, let's say Hilton,
Yeah.
XYZ, do they all have a signature scent?
Yeah.
They
They
do?
do all of them.
Because whenever you enter the lobby, you can almost feel like, okay, this is a Taj,
Yeah.
you know?
That
Sometimes.
is recollection, right? Because scent is one of the most underrated fragrances, underrated senses. It can
So it's
remind.
in your subconscious, you understand that, there's
Exactly.
something familiar here.
Exactly.
So that's how they play it.
Yeah, your eyes can lie to you,
Yeah,
your
but
ears can lie to you, but your
not
nose
in.
can never lie to you.
So let's talk about another industry that I'm very much interested in, Bollywood. But is Bollywood something that consumes a lot of things that you produce or not?
Yeah, they do.
They
They
do.
do. Yeah.
In what ways?
In scent profiles,
In
simple as
Sen
that.
Profile. So
Simple.
they are your customers
Yeah,
basically.
in a way, yeah, they're my customers.
That wouldn't you wouldn't count them as B2B per se.
No.
That'll be
Yeah,
B2C.
but I have like one of my brands is with two of my friends, Zayden and Ayushman.
Okay.
Zayden is also a he's a singer, he's an
Mm-hmm.
artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a brand with them which is Soul.
Okay.
Yeah,
So do you think when it comes to cloud, does that make a difference?
it gives you that reach. But there's something that I've realized not with just him, but I've seen a lot of things in the industry. When a celebrity makes it their extension, it might not work because end of the day, people want to buy a brand, right? They don't. Okay, they'll buy it once or twice.
But what if the brand is a personal brand?
No, but nobody. Okay, everybody wants their own personality, right? Everybody. If I'm wearing a certain shoe or if I'm wearing a certain shirt, it says me, right? Because I like it, I want to buy
This is
it.
my
Yeah,
communication to
yeah,
same
but
as
it's not an
fashion.
extension of a person, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to be an extension
Of
of the person.
exactly.
But
Okay,
then Christian
as
Dior was a person.
yeah, but he was a designer. You're buying his art. You're not buying him. You're buying his art. ऐसा तो नहीं कि क्रिस्टियन डियोर एक ही शर्ट बनाता है.
Hmm.
He has his own
He has a
designs. He has everything.
style and then
Exactly.
okay.
People like the style and they buy it. There are a lot of I don't know. There are a lot of brands celebrities launch and it doesn't work because of the same thing. They don't
Hmm.
treat the brand as a brand. They treat as an extension of their
Essence
own product.
themselves.
People want to buy brands.
Hmm.
People want to buy a product. If
They
you
want to buy a story like a.
the product should come first than the celebrity himself.
Hmm. Now I would like to talk about the segment of the market that has more of those elements of emotion, brand building, packaging. That is where these things take center stage, which is retail B2C. So let's first talk about how crowded the market is. Right now, I have seen a lot of people who have, like we talked about, celebrities who have a little clout. They are getting into perfumes, and a lot of people are duping, right, perfumes. And they would say the USP for them would be, you get me a scent, I'll duplicate it and I'll give it to you in 1/8 or 1/10 the price or something like that. How do you create a brand in such an environment?
So see, whenever you see a dupe brands, they're majorly you will see them online, selling online. So all the marketing and all the positioning and everything is done by the brand they're copying, right? So people have an idea of how it smells. So it's more easier to sell online, the dupe, because people have an idea, it's gonna smell like this. So the kya hoga? Either if it's gonna be 1/10 of the price or 1/8 of the price, there are two ways to go with it, even with pricing. Either they're gonna exchange the molecules with cheaper molecules that might give it a similar kind of a note but not exactly the same in some of the cases, or they don't have, or their margins are pretty low and they're just making business and they don't have so many marketing and placement costs that the real brand has.
Right, they are leveraging on what they've already built and then duping them.
Exactly. So people have an idea now. If you say Dior, now Dior Sauvage is like one of the like one of the thing now. I think they're selling it for what, 12,000, 15,000 rupees, somewhere around that. So people know that how it smells like. So it's very easy to go and say, this is a dupe of Sauvage.
No, but is that really where the money is? Are they doing well?
End of the day, sales are happening. They have margins, so it
Okay,
is a good market. It's as simple as that.
okay. And you don't see that as a threat to, like, authentic perfumers like
That
you?
is a threat to creativity, honestly.
Yeah.
That is a big, big, big threat to creativity, because when you're giving a person something which is already there in the market, first of all, it's an artist's work.
Mm. It's not ethical either, is it?
I wouldn't see, there is nothing ethical and non-ethical about this, because there's no laws to it. There's no patent laws to it or something like this. So I don't. Yeah, I would. You know what? I would love to do, like, if brands do, instead of doing dupes, let them do the twist. So even an artist, as a perfumer, they get a chance to see, if I was the person who was creating Sauvage, how would I do? What difference I would do? What notes I would use more?
But then again, it'll be difficult for them to sell it online then.
Exactly. So that is why when it comes to dupes, and a lot of dupes, I have smelt a lot of dupes from a different brand, and some of them don't even smell the same.
But some of them do.
Some of them do, yeah.
Like very, very.
Yeah. Because again, the raw materials are the same. So if they're putting that quality, if they're using that kind of raw materials, if they're buying that kind of stuff at that price from a manufacturer, yeah, it does smell the same.
Amongst people in terms of clean products, not just in perfumes, but in makeup, in skincare. Less the ingredients, better.
So people do care about it a lot now.
Okay, okay, interesting. So you see where this is where the demand will be growing as well. So
100%.
you can charge a premium for that if
Hundred
need be.
percent, 100%, yes.
Is it true that there are fragrances out there that use cat urine?
It's not exactly cat urine, it's cat sweat. So basically, the thing I was telling you about, civet is a cat from Egypt, I guess, and castoreum is a cat from Canada. So it's a very horrific thing. Let me just explain. So they keep them in a like a hot place where it's super hot. They let all the sweat come out. They don't feed them. They don't give them water. All the sweat they collect, and then through anus there's a gland also that smells. So they take that out and distill. It's a really horrific thing.
Oh, that is what you mean by
Animal based product,
ah.
animal based
Okay.
raw material.
Interesting aspect of the B2C market that I've seen lately, and that is subscription based perfumes. Like,
First, you need to create a brand's community. You need to create your own brand's name, a goodwill. Otherwise, daily there are new brands coming up. Why would a
why would you
person?
stick to that subscription
Yeah,
box?
why would you pay to something what you don't know is gonna come to you? That's only the goodwill. That
Understood. But what I meant to ask was, what if you were doing a subscription model, but not of the perfumes that you have, not of the perfumes that are in your brand? Let's say you were to make a subscription model, which I might be interested in for sure. Like, you would recommend, okay, I'm giving you three perfumes. Wear this when you're going out. Wear this when you're at office. Wear this when XYZ occasions. Do you think something like that could work?
yeah, yeah. I'm working on a subscription model at the moment. Like, yeah, I am working on it. But before that, I needed to create. Why would people trust me? Because of my knowledge, because what my product says. Because if somebody has bought one product from me, they know that this is the real deal.
Then credibility onus is on you.
Exactly. You need to create a goodwill first more than anything in the market. Simple as that, full stop. There's nothing, there's no going back. Only a good name, a goodwill is gonna keep you in the market.
Right. Very much like real estate as
Yeah.
well, for sure. For sure.
Because even you have a company which is coming through generations, even I have a company which is coming through generation. You might have clients which will not even probably doubt for a single minute, for a single second. That is goodwill.
Right. And
That
you
is
need
going
to
to take you.
maintain, you can't afford to not maintain that.
Exactly. Goodwill works simple as that. The best marketing is your goodwill.
So, Amal, now we go from scent to self. We've had this conversation before, more particularly when we met in Paris. But, you know, one thing I've noticed, and one thing that has really that I found very inspiring was you know how to work hard, but also to play hard. What I mean by that is where I come from. I'm from a place called Neemach. It's a tier 2, tier 3 town in MP. And like Neemach, there are plenty other towns and cities wherein there are a good number of people who have the monetary resources to spend and live a better lifestyle, but they don't do so. I don't know if they don't do it because they want to save up for their children, or they just don't know what to do with it, right? So in this podcast, I talk a lot about investing, how to save money, how to make more money, different businesses you can pursue to make money, trading, XYZ. But today I want to talk about how to spend money. Right? That,
Okay.
and I think you are one of the good spenders I know, and I'm being modest. So tell me about what you think of this balance, firstly.
See, I always say that balance is key. Your life is not only your work, is not only your love life, it's not only your married life, it's not only your friends, it's not only the experiences. Life is made from all these things. It's a mixture of all these things. I have a tattoo here. Actually, I can't show it right now. So I have put like 8 stones on top of each other. बचपन में अपन खेलते थे ना कि वो हाँ तो I have literally made that, and there's a sun, there are rays coming on that stone. So that stone has different parts of your life: relationship, love, family, blah blah blah. And all the stones are different shapes and sizes. That balance of them is very important. That is what makes your life. Why are you earning so much? Yeah, even if we earn in Indian rupees, right? Even if we keep it in the bank, right? The value of the money is gonna go down because our currency is not appreciating.
Purchasing power of that currency is constantly depreciating.
Yeah. So that is where you need to either spend it on your investments, either you need to spend it on your experiences, and experiences never go waste. You go you go out, go for a trip. You see, this is probably something might work in your country. You will bring that here. It's a business again. It's an investment. You need to live your life.
In yourself.
Yeah. The more exposure you have, the more people you talk to, the more experience you have. That is where now. Okay, you're coming from a real estate industry, right? I'm coming from a fragrance industry. If I don't travel, how will I know कि भाई पेरिस में इस चीज का ये प्राइस होने वाला है? वहाँ पे रियल एस्टेट की अपॉर्चुनिटीज है. If I travel, if I know, then only I can have a conversation with you in your industry. It's as simple as that.
It's a good way to nurture yourself, become more self-aware, and the basis of it is just to understand that there is more to life.
And it's an unconventional way of investment, which people don't realize.
Because there's no return.
There's no monetary return.
वही तो. How do you, that is why, see, like I said, my dadu started the legacy that I'm part of, and he did a lot of odd jobs, including being a bus conductor and selling movie tickets and all that. And then he got the opportunity to sell tractors during the green revolution, which worked out for him. Then he started doing spare parts, then he expanded that business. So but when he was initially starting off, he still came from a family of zamindars. They had land, but they did not have the money, right? Liquidity nahi tha. Now, because he came from that background, my my father and his brothers and sisters grew up in very humble surroundings, like, and did not see a lot of money being spent also. My father and his brothers changed that. But there has to be a certain realization. When does that realization come, and how does that realization?
See, if you're in a single place when you've not gotten out from there, so you think that is the world, and that is the world is. Today, why it is changing, why you see people spending more or realizing that more, because of social media. Because sitting, if you're sitting in Nimach, if you've not gotten out, but through Instagram or through Google, you can see what is going on. So that is where the urge of exploring comes in. And when I said, there's no monetary return, there is a monetary return, but not on the spot or not in a couple of years. So what happens is, when I speak to you about your industry, we build a connection. In future, if I want to do a business, you can be my potential client, you can be my potential partner. It is creating a network, it is creating a connection. The- exactly. So the more knowledge you have, the more people you can communicate with, the more people you are connected to.
I really found interesting in you as a person was your ability to converse with people effortlessly, like, and especially with good looking women. So when we were in Paris, I got an understanding that you have that kind of confidence that you can go up to anyone and speak your mind out, right? Speak your heart out. It doesn't have to be anything to do with flirting or anything like that, but in order to have that kind of confidence to approach anyone, for boys, how do you go about that situation?
It's very simple. You need to understand they're humans. They're just your fellow humans. That is all. They also breathe. They also have a mind to things. They also are just normal people. I know they're good looking or something, but everybody has their own characteristic. Everybody has their own. Okay, some people might have something more in their personality or in their looks or something which others don't have. There's a saying, right? Nobody's perfect. So nobody's perfect. Even if they are the most beautiful women or the greatest looking guy in the world, there's nothing to it. Like they might have some flaw. Nobody's perfect.
So you judge them that they might have a flaw, and
No, I
then
don't judge them. It's like they're just normal human beings. Go, speak, finished. It's as
right.
simple as that.
And so
You know
would you?
what makes things complicated? Your own mind.
Of course, even when you go to the gym, it's usually your mind that you're playing against,
Yeah,
right? But that's the some people just don't have the confidence to do that.
because they don't have confidence in themselves. That what if they speak the wrong thing? What if they're
So
not?
it's a
They're
fear of
pretending.
rejection. Hmm.
What is the max they're gonna say? No. In your mind, how it sounds. Oh my God, they will say no.
Yeah.
But actually, it's they will just say no.
No. And
Simple.
all you need to think to yourself is, it's all right if they
Yeah,
don't like me.
yeah,
I mean, I don't like everyone.
exactly. Simple as that.
Fair.
And
So,
they have a bigger fear of rejection because they know they're good looking.
right. Right. So would you say it's a numbers game? You go out there and then you get the rejections also, but then
It's
you
a
put
confidence
yourself out
game.
there. It's a confidence
You
game.
have to make other person feel comfortable.
Mm.
How will you make it feel comfortable? Them feel comfortable is a simple way. If you have a knowledge of different things, we spoke about it, right? That exposure, knowledge of different industries, knowledge of different things.
Then you'll.
You need a conversation.
Mm.
You can't be at a bar just standing there and looking at each other. No.
Right. So even if let's say, or if let's say you're a guy and the girl is supposedly out of your league, you if you have the knowledge about things in life, if you've experienced life, if you've worked on yourself, then you will automatically have the confidence that कि
Brother,
कुछ
there
नहीं
are
तो.
no leagues.
हाँ,
There's a
wait,
very
wait,
different. There are no leagues. It's
exactly.
all just one earth, one all humans. That is
That
all.
because you've seen the world, right? You've
Yeah.
seen people not only from India and different places in India, but also abroad and elsewhere.
Yeah.
But there are some people who might not have done that, but all they need to do is take the effort, become more self-aware, become more educated, become more confident.
Knowledgeable. Explore. Yeah. Explore. The people who are cocky, I feel sometimes, are the people who have less knowledge.
Hmm.
Because
They're not
if
humbled enough.
they're not humbled enough, because if you have that kind of knowledge, I also got into stoicism a couple of years back, like 5 6, and I've been practicing that in my life. End of the day, it's just how you are as a person. The more people are comfortable around you, the more you're gonna have that network, the more you're gonna have those things, the more you're gonna have that trust. Don't play games and stuff, just be simple. If you like someone, you like someone. If you don't like someone, you don't like someone. It's keep it simple.
Any, you think scents or any perfume would help someone like that, or grooming in general, not just perfumes? Let's say presenting yourself well, wearing good clothes, watches, or something like that.
If whatever you're wearing on yourself doesn't matter, your clothes, your watch, your perfume, anything. If you only don't feel that it's suiting me, doesn't matter you're wearing the best perfume in the world, that is not going to give you confidence.
Okay.
Confidence is not in something, it's in yourself.
Mm.
If I'm wearing this,
Mm.
I should be feeling comfortable in this.
We'd go for something a little spicy. This is called hard hat and hot take. So I'll say a statement, and if you 100% agree with it, you're going to say hard hat. And if you'd like to spill some tea,
Okay.
you say hot take.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Right. French perfume brands get all the credit, while India is the real backbone of luxury scents.
uh, Hard hat.
All right? Most luxury perfumes are overpriced hype, not craft.
Hard hat. Like I agree to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Dupes are killing creativity in perfumery.
Hardest hat as a stone, as a diamond.
All right, get the
Yeah.
point. Synthetic perfumes are the future of luxury, and that's a good thing.
Hot take, because I'll just elaborate a little bit. It's basically like a painter's palette, right? If you give them only 7 colors of the rainbow, the creativity is not going to be there. But if you give them more colors, mix and matches, you can explore more. So synthetic molecules are those extra colors.
Others are the ultimate true luxury, way more than any designer bottle.
If you mean others as natural essential oils, then yes, because not all are very expensive, but some of them are absolutely expensive.
Okay. Instagram marketing has done more for perfumes than perfumers themselves.
Hard hat. There's a reason, because perfumers are not allowed to talk loudly, because they are like the tailors in for them, the master tailors for suit brands, right? Nobody wants to know, like, who's the master behind it. So that is why they don't get a chance to say it out loud. They don't get a chance to say a lot of things about the industry, and that is why you don't see a lot of perfumers. Me, I can say it out loud because I'm the owner of my own company and I'm a perfumer myself. So
Clean beauty claims in perfumery are mostly marketing fluff.
a lot of them, yes. So hot take. Yeah.
Hard hat.
Hard hat. Hard hat. Sorry.
A fragrance value lies more in memory and experience than in its ingredients.
Hard hat.
Natural ingredients aren't always better. Quality and blending matter more.
Hardest hat.
The world still undervalues Indian perfumery, and we need to stop apologizing for our heritage.
Hard hat. And this also comes with Indian perfumers trying to dupe getting only into that market because it's a easy way. Take a hard step, go create your own identity, create your own brand, and why not? We have amazing resources. Go for it. You want to spend a lot of money in marketing what is already there, as in a dupe, spend some here and it will do
Make
you
money off
wonders.
that and create a brand also.
Exactly.
That should be good. From the science behind every spritz to India's unsung role in global luxury to the real hustle behind building a brand, you've given us not just fragrance but perspective. To everyone listening, whether you're a creator, a founder, or just someone who loves a good scent, I hope this conversation makes you pause and think about what really goes into your perfume and your passions. Amal, thank you for taking us behind the curtains and reminding us that luxury isn't just a label, it's a story, a strategy, a legacy. Until next time, keep building, keep experimenting, and always go beyond the brick.